Hi everybody! We are now going to learn Module 20, Lesson 3. So Lesson 20.3 is what we're going to be learning in this video. And I'm on page 519 in your math workbook. So if you can go to page 519, you'll be right where I'm at. Your I can statement for today is I can identify whether a plane shape belongs in a category by the number of parallel sides, sides of equal length, and right angles, okay? So our first problem under Spark Your Learning says that Luis and Paul play a game that has cards with shapes on them. Each shape in the game represents a different move on the game board. How can Luis and Paul sort the shapes shown? So this one I'm not going to give you the answer for on the video. I just want you to look at it and try to think of a creative way to sort these shapes. You can sort them based on how many sides they have, what type of angles they have, what color they are, whether or not they have parallel sides or not, okay? Pause the video and take some time to sort those shapes in a way that is appealing to you, that makes sense to you. That's all I want to see there, okay? That kind of gets our brains warmed up to thinking about the shapes that we're learning about. Now, right here, I'm showing you what we call a Venn diagram, okay? This is a Venn diagram that Luis and Paul used for those shapes we just looked at. And this is a way of sorting things based on certain characteristics. So inside the first green circle are only shapes that are quadrilaterals, okay? On the outside of the circle in the blue section, you have shapes that are polygons, which just means they're closed shapes that have straight lines. So the polygons in the outer circle, they actually are related to the ones in the inner circle. So that's what we're going to talk about, okay? Now, all of the shapes are, in this situation, they're all polygons, right? Even these quadrilaterals in the middle are polygons because they're closed and they have straight lines. That's why this Venn diagram looks like this. Polygons is like the main category and title we're looking at that includes all of our shapes in this problem. And then in that middle section are just a specific kind of polygon, which we call a quadrilateral, okay? Now, I don't want you to worry about the different questions on here because I first just want you to pay attention to what you're looking at, okay? We're going to go over the questions on problem number 1 on page 520 when we get back to class. But this problem, I mainly want you focusing on the Venn diagram, okay? I would like you, inside each of these shapes, to write down, first of all, how many sides you see that each shape has, okay? So you can pause the video and go ahead and do this. I'm going to do it as well. Okay, if you pause it and you're coming back, you'll see that I have put our answers in here, okay? So I sorted these shapes based on how many sides they have. Now, with that being said, maybe on a sheet of paper or in some blank space in your book, I want you to draw a new way to sort these shapes. So maybe make a list that says 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, 6 sides, and go all the way up to 10. And then redraw your shape inside that category. Practice doing that in your book or on a piece of paper. This is going to help you really keep sorting those shapes, okay? And really make sure you know what it means to classify shapes. Now, we're going to go to page 521. And it gives us a group of shapes right there. Do you see those? The question they ask us first is which of these shapes are quadrilaterals? I want you to circle or write down the letter for the shapes that are quadrilaterals, the ones that have 4 sides. Okay? You can pause and do that. When you come back, you'll see that shape A has 4 sides. Shape G has 4 sides. B has 4 sides. F has 4 sides, and so does H. The rest of them have either more or less, okay? Make sure those are the ones you have written down for the quadrilaterals. Now this next question says, which of these shapes are polygons with all sides of equal length? So if we see a shape that has all equal length sides, we need to write it down, right? Look at B first. B is a regular square. Do you guys agree that B has all 4 sides that are the same length? Yes, most definitely. So we're going to put shape B. Now, if you look at C and D and E, all of those shapes also have the same length sides. They don't have to be quadrilaterals anymore. They just have to be polygons, which means they're closed and straight lines, which we have. But all of those, C, D, and E, have the same length sides. Their sides are all equally length. Now, there's one more that has equal length sides. You can pause and take a guess. The answer for that is G. G is the only other parallelogram that has all equal sides, okay? Now, you may use this Venn diagram if you want to sort either the shapes into equal sides, not equal sides, or you could do quadrilaterals, not quadrilaterals, and redraw your actual shapes inside of there, okay? And I'll let you guys take your time to do that. If I were to do this, I would name this first one quadrilaterals, and this one not quadrilaterals, okay? And in here, I'm going to put the names of the shapes that I found that were quadrilaterals. Okay? In the other section, I put the names of the shapes that are not quadrilaterals based on our drawing up top, okay? So use that Venn diagram in a way that makes sense to you and that is easy for you to use. There's only one more problem left to go over here, and it is the check understanding problem. It says, circle the shapes that are polygons with exactly 1 pair of equal length sides. Draw a line through the shapes that appear to have 1 pair of parallel sides. So do that in your own books, okay? If it has 1 pair of equal length sides, you're going to draw a circle. If it has 1 pair of parallel sides, you draw a line through it, okay? And that's in the very bottom of your book under Check Understanding. If you have questions, let me know. We are going to go over all of this together when we get back to class on Monday, okay? Thank you guys for watching. I miss you, and I'll see you soon.